The historic River Rhine. For 2,000 years, this legendary river has played a vital role in the lives of its people. From Switzerland, along the border of France, across Germany, through the Netherlands into the North Sea, down the 700 miles of its navigable length, flows much of the goods and produce of Europe's most populous regions. The main workhorse of the waterway is the barge. Several of these are often linked together to form a compact unit, propelled by a powerful tug attached at the rear. Here, the tug Braunkohle picks up a unit of 2 coal barges near Cologne, Germany, and will take them to Karlsruhe, about 150 miles upriver. Moving day and night, the journey will take 2 days. The Braunkohle is a powerful new tug, equipped with the latest navigational aids. Her 2 850 horsepower diesel engines can move her heavy loads against the strongest currents. During the night, a tanker pulls alongside the moving Braunkohle to replenish her supply of fuel and lubricating oil. By dawn, the Braunkohle has reached the city of Neuwied. Visibility is good, so there's no further need for radar.
Die Sachen hinten weg.
At 7 a.m., the Braunkohle and her barges are in Koblenz, at the junction of the Rhine, the Moselle, and the Lahn. This ancient city was first built by the Romans, who called it Confluentes, guarding this vital river crossroad.
Hier Koblenz Radio, bitte kommen.
At Bapard, it's time to change crews, and the captain of the next watch takes over the controls.
Heute Morgen hatte man beinahe Nebel, den haben wir mit.
Da, alles klar dann?
Ja,
so.
alles da.
Oh, okay. Maschine haben wir auch so.
Alles da.
Ja.
It's time, too, for the Bertha to tie up alongside. The Bertha is a floating general store, and the cook and crew find shopping a pleasant break from the day's routine.
Langsam stimmt hier. Die andere kann abbrechen. Teufel da. Gib mir 3 Mark.
Was? $1?
Ja, denke ich, gut. Bitte hier, das Ding, und das schon, und das haben wir gern.
Aber der geht dann mit, du gehst.
Geht ihr mit. Bist du deine Fanny wieder los, nicht?
Near the old castle perched above Zangoar, a pilot comes aboard to take the Braunkohle and her barges through the Narrows by Lorelei's Rock.
Moin. Moin.
In German legend, Lorelei is an irresistible siren who sits on this high cliff and lures boatmen to destruction on the rocks below with her wild melodies. In less than an hour, passage through the dangerous Narrows is safely completed, and the pilot disembarks. Now there is clear sailing ahead, and the crew can have lunch.
Fahrzeug gibt. Guten Appetit. Mahlzeit.
In the early afternoon at Cobb, another pilot comes on board. This time he'll take over through the Bingen Gorge, fastest water along this part of the Rhine. The banks of the river are dotted with old castles and forts, reminders of a long and turbulent history. Above the gorge, a dredge is anchored in mid-river, breaking up underwater rock and deepening the riverbed. By 7 p.m., the Braunkohle and her cargo have reached Mainz. Final destination, Karlsruhe, is still 17 hours away, but the Rhine from here on is wide and calm, and the rest of the journey will be clear sailing.
Radio, willkommen. Ja, guten Tag, Fräulein. Hier ist die DA 5097, Braunkohle 1, zu Berg am Kilometer 527. Und ich hätte gerne in Mainz die 51.
One of the greatest natural routeways in the world is provided by the River Rhine, which flows from the mountains of Central Europe to the North Sea. The river can be divided into 4 parts. The first from its source to Basel. The second from Basel to Bingen. The third from Bingen to Bonn. And the last section from Bonn to its mouth at Rotterdam and Europoort. Let's look at the first section. Rising in the Alps, the river flows into Lake Constance, then westward through Schaffhausen to the Swiss port of Basel. The snowfields and glaciers of the Swiss Alps are the source of the river, which flows first of all as a shallow rushing torrent of clear ice-cold water over a boulder-strewn bed. Flowing northwards through a steep-sided alpine valley, the Rhine becomes a deeper, smooth-flowing stream and enters Lake Constance. From the western end of the lake, the river continues its course, interrupted by falls such as those at Schaffhausen.